Evacuation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
Welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Y'all come on down and join Nikki, Robert, Kayla, and Cole. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sit with us as we traverse the portals of the universe. Let loose the secrets of the cryptids. Make haste with the truth of conspiracy. And explore the hauntings of our world. And once again, welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker.
Okay, guys, don't freak out. But
Are we on
live,
video?
So, hello everybody! Welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Fran,
How long have we been up?
just since I said
About
that.
5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But no, Facebook Reel told me to start the show that way today. So, Fran, I thought it was appropriate. Fran, how's everybody doing tonight? Fran, it has been.
It's been a what?
It's been an interesting weekend for everybody, I think. Fran, that's the way I'm going to put that.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Fran.
Yeah, no, mine was bad. Mine
Yeah.
was rough, to say the very least.
Fran, happy birthday to Kayla and Robert.
Oh, thanks.
Woohoo! Yes.
Happy
birthday to you.
Fran, we are all really close together with that.
Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we only have like 3 shows that we have to actually talk about that birthdays. Fran, weird. Well, then there's the little kid in January, but we don't talk about him because he's not here. Fran.
No.
Fran, but so yeah, I have completely blanked on what we were going to talk about tonight. But what I figure is,
Oops.
with like Nikki saying she had a rough week, Fran.
Yeah, had a very rough week.
Both me and Kayla are fairly tired, and
I'm good. I just woke up.
Robert's probably pretty tired too. Like, birthdays are tiring. Fran.
They can be, yes.
So, Fran, I figure we'll have an easy night. We will just talk about a few different things. I want to talk about Bigfoot. I actually got a really good, cool art piece for about Bigfoot for my birthday. Fran, and then we'll talk a little bit about Artemis. Fran, that's Bigfoot's friend. No. Fran. And yeah, just anything.
Well, that's
we fucking
interesting.
Want. Yeah, like for example, last night for Kayla's birthday, we watched the new Anaconda movie.
Oh.
It was not what I was expecting, really.
Not at all.
Friend, it was hilarious.
Parts of it.
Friend,
The way Kayla said that. That spoke volumes.
well,
That speaks volumes. Yes.
but there is a paranormal aspect to it and to the original.
Giant snake?
Anacondas do not actually get that large,
No.
but there are reports that they have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There have been a couple of reports. Like, there was one in, the late 60s, early 70s?
Yeah, and I actually believe that's what the original Anaconda movie was based off of.
Yeah.
Was an expedition
wouldn't
that went
surprise
down
me.
there and
Yeah.
supposedly was torn apart. So,
To say the least.
And did they say it was a giant snake? The expedition that went down there? Or were there no survivors left?
no, nobody.
Because
Everybody gone.
it could have been a lot of things in the Amazon. Just saying.
It was one little tree frog the size of a cookie.
And that could have potentially been it too. Like, there is a lot of...
Okay, Nikki, I know you're laughing. And
I had to put myself on mute.
I know tree frogs don't normally, they can't normally, rip apart an entire boat. But this particular
No.
tree frog just remembered the words that Bruce Lee always said. Hua-ha! Yeah! Friend,
Good God.
and he found the power.
Somebody nudge him. I was going to say smack him, but
I'm just saying. Friend, those words are powerful.
Yeah. No, but I mean, there's so many deadly things in
Oh, very much so.
the Amazon.
Has there ever been reports of Bigfoot down there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or any
Not
of
that
his
I've heard.
cousins, I guess?
Now I gotta look it up and see if there's any Amazonian Bigfoots.
Yeah, because... Hi,
Yeah,
Nachalis.
please do.
Friend,
Who?
Nachalis, he's been with us since the
Oh,
start.
cool.
Friend, he says hello.
Hello.
Friend,
Oh,
but, we have...
God, I got us.
What's the one in Florida called, Nikki?
Skunk it.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
You were on it. Yeah, and they're quite odoriferous for quite a long distance, from what I understand. And from what our Keith Andrews talks about, they're a different type of race or species of, they're not the same as a Bigfoot, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Very inarticulate.
But, it's... They're that's kind of almost the same environment. A little bit. Higher humidity.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of heat. So, you would think if a creature like that could survive there, in Florida, maybe there should
That's a
be some-
point.
it almost seems like Bigfoot are, the Bigfoot and their fellow races, I guess, or sub-races, can...
The footies.
Yeah. Friend, they can survive in almost any climate we can.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
They have something similar. And it's called the mapping... I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher this, but mapping Uari?
Okay.
Except it's supposed to be kind of
Never heard.
evil, and it's more like into a giant sloth
Okay.
than...
Well, and to be fair, though, there's still people here that believe Bigfoot is completely evil.
Yeah.
That's true. And I've been coming across some of them in different group chats that are like, what the hell?
They just need a
I
cuddle.
mean, people have gotten really wild. I mean, like, really off the freaking wild charts regarding conspiracy theories. And I'm like, whoa. So, yeah, it's
Yeah, I've honestly been
kind of
staying away
crazy out
from
there.
any and all conspiracy theories right now because
There was
Oh, man,
kind
it's
of at the point where
bad.
even flat earthers are going to make me angry.
Yeah, I'm so stunned by what I've been reading. And most of it is people that are under like 33.
mm,
That's pretty much what I'm noticing for the most part. I'm just like, wow.
Friend. Yeah, like I think
Yes.
I think people over the age of 33, like most of the 40s and 50-year-olds, have just learned to shut up about it. I think a lot of them still have the same, like, some of the beliefs. They're just not as, like, that's the thing. 40 to 50
Yeah, they were
right
once.
now is late Gen X, early millennial.
mm-hmm.
Right? I am right on that.
Thereabouts.
40s to 50s? Mm.
So
It's late. It's like mid to late 40s. What I thought for Gen
Yeah.
X.
Well, yeah. And then millennial starts, what, I think 1982 or something? It's technically
Yeah, that's
like
what I
when,
was thinking was 82.
and we are considered the
I'd have to look again.
forgotten generations. Like, we're better seen, not heard. That's the way we grew up. That's the way and it wasn't until late millennials that they started getting a voice at a young age, and a voice that's very loud.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to not hear from this generation as much as the new ones. I mean, you look at it, Gen Beta right now.
Beta? God.
Excuse me?
What?
I'm not keeping up with these generational things.
Neither am I.
What's wrong, people?
There's like alpha, there's a beta, I don't know. Anyway,
But
Gen Beta.
they have a voice at the moment of conception.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of them beforehand.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, okay. Nikki, would you, how old's your son?
34.
Would you have asked his permission to do the act that would conceive him? Before you do it?
Oh, fucking no. Pardon me. No.
That is a thing now. Yes.
Okay. I hear new
I
things
call
every
BS. I call BS. What the hell?
Yeah, no, it is a thing that people are saying that we are supposed to do. Well, not us.
Oh,
Like,
what a load of
we're all past that point.
What a load of horse pucky. And mounds of horse pucky. Because, wow. Wow. That is a load of crap.
Speaking from a point of view of a, I guess, older person in comparison to that, wouldn't that just completely kill the mood? You're like, hey, honey, yes, we can have sex. Just a minute, though. Let me ask our future baby if it's okay.
I think they're just learning earlier. Like, I mean,
It doesn't work like that, number one.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't say that. Never mind. I'm not gonna speak to that.
Okay.
I'm just blown the frick away after hearing that one. That's out there.
But like you look at even with Gen Alpha,
Wow.
friend,
What a load of malarkey.
we had parents out there that are sitting there and their children has the right to speak at any moment and to be heard.
The kid, okay, look, I was just, oh God, I gotta be careful.
And when I say
Not
that,
to
like
say something
we allowed
that'll
our
get me
kids
into
to
trouble.
speak, but these kids are being allowed to speak without manners. Interruption is okay.
Depends on how they're raised. A lot of kids, they're.
There is a lot less of a respect
This hits
for
a
your
whole
elders
different
issue
subject.
than there used
Alright.
to be. So, yeah.
But
I can see
like,
that.
and it kind of seems like that's the new generation's way, where, friend, manners aren't as important as getting your thoughts out there and your feelings.
Now, don't get me wrong. Thoughts and feelings are a good thing to be able to talk about. Like,
Yes.
they're a good
Absolutely.
thing to be able to express. But we got to go back to the time and a place. I noticed that actually while talking to some people that are even a little bit older. Some people in their like late teens, early 20s, you know, and they will be very open with things that I'm like, wow, okay, that is not something my generation would have ever brought up just in regular conversation with somebody that I don't know that well. But okay,
Just
so,
stating she's talking about our kids, nieces, and nephews.
no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking like it seems to be a thing that more people are doing of that age, like. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to openly talk about certain things and express your feelings, but like I said, there's certain things that I don't know how to respond to just because it was such a taboo for my generation to say that I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know how to respond to some of the things. Like, people are way more open to their traumas than they used to be. So they'll bring it up in a regular conversation. And I don't know how to act when somebody is like, and then this happened. And I'm like, okay, that's just like regular conversation now. Before that used to be something that was like very private for people. It wasn't really brought up.
It's more out in the open, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean, in certain respects is a good thing, but in others, I don't know how to, as in older that generation or that what, I don't know how to respond.
I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use an example on this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Gen X. I'm 58, as most people who listen regularly know. My mom was 30 years apart from me.
Mm-hmm.
Her father, my grandfather, God, I haven't done the math on that one, but there were a bit more than 30 years, if I remember right. In order for me to have a conversation with my grandfather, in order to I don't know this. I'm going to say it this way. That's not going to come out exactly the way I mean it. So forgive that. The way that I went to correct issues, I suppose, as I'm going to word it that way, between my grandfather and I, because he did something that was so egregious to me in public that it actually, and he was doing harping, but he came from a generation where they did that sort of thing upon family members, harping about a certain or one or two or three subjects. I wasn't too happy with the other subjects, but this one particular subject didn't just embarrass and humiliate me. It went above and beyond and put my that was where I put the line in the sand, and I went, that's it. We're either going to have a conversation about this, or you and I are not going to ever have a relationship again. And it took a lot for me to do this. Now, the difference between me doing this and my safe works, and I'm just using my son as an example because he's 34 years old. He's the next generation down. And I'm going to use him as an example, even though he did not do any of what I'm going to say next. But I'm using his generation as an example. He would have dealt with the situation completely differently, a lot more sit down, face to face. I could not do that because I could not put my words into verbalized words face to face in front of my grandfather. I would have emotionally collapsed. So what I did was write him a letter, went to his front door, and said, I have something that I need you to read. I love you. I care about you. I want our relationship to be healthier. And I want us to be able to talk about this after you read this, but I cannot be here while you read it. And can we set a day and time? Now, this is literally on the other side of the glass of his screen door. And I said, can we set a date and time for when you and I can sit down and have a conversation? And he was like, okay, what's this? Sounds serious. And I'm like, Grandpa, I love you to pieces. It is very serious to me. But it's a subject that we need to have a conversation about. Well, come on. I'm like, no, I cannot do that right now. I was way too afraid of having that kind of a conversation with him. And we set a day and a time. He actually called me. He called me the following day in tears. And he apologized up one side and down the other. And I said, can I come over and let us talk about it? He goes, yes. And I'm like, okay. So instead of the scheduled day, and I told him, I said, I did not mean to make you cry, but you need to understand this behavior and what was said was absolutely crossing way too many lines. And your voice, when this happened, radiated. You boomed your voice. This radiated throughout 2 sections of this restaurant. And we ended up having a face-to-face over it. And he apologized, and he's like, so what about how do we go forward? And I'm like, this is all I'm asking. Please be aware that this kind of thing is not for public domain. It is not to be talked about. But we always talk about things at the dinner table. I'm like, yes, but this is one of those subjects because it will become heated. And it did. Because I got up and I took me and my kid out of that restaurant. I was like, no way in hell am I putting up with that. And I do not want my kid. My kid was like, he was a toddler at the time. I didn't want him around that kind of stuff. No way. So you got to do what you've got to do to make, if you want to continue a relationship. Now, my son, as a 34-year-old, would have handled that, I think, completely differently. I think he would have gone to him and said, hey, let's have a conversation. Can we do that now? And so I couldn't do that because I couldn't put into words on the spot because it was so, I mean, it actually traumatized me.
Okay,
what he said and what he did. So there are different, when you deal with generations, there are different ways that I understand that. But for someone like me as a dyslexic, where so much emotion and anger, the amount of anger that hit me afterwards, I was like, no, I don't want to bring that into the mix when I'm talking to this person that I deeply love and treasure. But at the same time, I need to set a major boundary with this person.
Okay.
And that's hard to do.
But
Now, see that. Okay, sorry.
But Nikki, what you
Go for
just
it.
stated, even your son handled that correctly, or would have handled that correctly. He would have
Yeah.
taken your grandfather off to the side and had a conversation one-on-one.
Yeah.
This new
But
generation,
we couldn't do that at the restaurant.
But this new generation would call him out at the table in front of everyone.
And see, yeah, that's not.
Because that's what they're being taught.
Okay.
Yeah, and
now,
it's.
we gotta also think about. So there's a difference too in generations. Put that. So I always felt like, for the most part, I was raised like a generation ahead of where I was supposed to have been because of the way that my family unit worked. Like, so, like, my mother was the youngest of 7 siblings. So my grandparents were born in 1914 and 1918. And so, like, they came over in, like, covered wagons and stuff like that. Like, they were settlers. Like, literally settlers. And, like, cooked on fire tops and, like, did all of this stuff coming from...
Same.
Right. So, I was raised with my grandparents for the first 11 years or so of my life. So,
Yeah.
because their
I
generation
understand
was so
that.
very, very different,
Sorry.
I did learn a lot of different things that a lot of people my age do not know how to do. Like canning and like sewing and crocheting, different
Bingo.
things like that, which is awesome. But we were, like, I would have never been able to have had a conversation like you were talking about with my grandfather. It would not have happened because you just basically ignored what the person did and went, yes, sir. You know, it was a very set up in that
That
way.
was my mother's generation.
So I always felt like I kind of was raised where my mom should have been, and my mom, you know, like, it's a little weird.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it's, so I don't think it's just generational. I think it's also, obviously, how you were raised and what kind of environment. And,
Familial.
Well, who you're raised around.
It's the familial unit. Because it also is very, very different generation-wise from country to country. And I figured that out when I went up and I met Cole in Canada, is even something that close was very, very different as far as, like, values and how people acted and what they said and all of that kind of thing. And it was different from family to family there as well. And I'm assuming that, like, Robert in Australia, you would have had a very different understanding of certain things than we would have ever thought over here. So,
I think that has a lot to do with the education values too of Australia. They are one of the tops. So, because Robert's smarter than all of us. We know.
Get thee under me.
We bow down to you, sir.
but it does feel like people are definitely more outspoken. I'll put it that way. People are more outspoken than they used to be. For
Can
sure.
I ask a question? Does anybody remember how we got onto this? I can't remember what the original thing was.
I don't know. It just
Generations.
happens.
I think it's because a lot of the people now are snowflakes and they express what they don't like and don't care what anyone else says.
No, but there was something
Or they
paranormal that
do
led
care
to
what they-
this.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
the
Sasquatch.
Amazonian
Sasquatch
We were
Bigfoot.
talking
I don't know
Sasquatch
how,
originally.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Sasquatch is having these same problems?
I do. I believe that everything is.
Friend, like there's a bunch of little Sasquatches out there going 6'7".
Oh, for God's sake.
I honestly don't think that it's possible for there to be an intelligent species that doesn't have a little bit of a disconnect with the following generation.
Daddy Scotch, my internet's out. I have no Wi-Fi.
That's kind of disturbing when I think about it, because dolphins are supposed to be smarter than us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there a teenage dolphin out there, like, tagging?
Oh, you know what dolphins do? Dolphins get high off of pufferfish. So, I mean, hello.
Well, you know what? Here, this is the best way to put it. Have you ever seen a
God.
dog?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
First thought.
So is there, like, an older dolphin out there, like those damn kids and their pufferfish?
I think so. That's what I'm saying.
Get off my
Probably.
couch.
So if you look at like and I only say this because almost everybody has seen this before, but if you look at like an older dog that has puppies around it, like it'll look at them
Yes.
like, "Are you kidding me?" When they do things, or when they're running around, or when they're like scratching at something they know they're not supposed to, you'll see that older dog look at him with that like, "Oh hell no! Look at this little pup," and like occasionally
Or they'll put
they'll
a
bark
paw
at
on
him, or they'll move him off to the side, like, "Oh,
Yep.
you're in the corner now." Okay, so I really do think that any species that has enough intelligence to actually communicate with each other in like any form has that little bit of a gap where it's like, oh, no, it's not happening today. You know, like, because I've seen it
That's
firsthand
funny.
in the animal kingdom, like not just like dogs and stuff like that. I only use that because everybody's seen that at some point, but you see it with like birds out in the field. The older ones will like look at like this group of young birds that are sitting around, and they'll be like, "Okay, we're gonna go over here and eat. Just leave us alone." So yeah, there's probably an old dolphin out there somewhere going, puffer fishing kids these days. Yes, most likely. And they're probably thinking something along the lines of, when we used to fish, it never used to be that difficult to teach them how to use their nose. You know, okay?
Well, and now...
Well, you know they're telepathic, right?
That just made me think, like, how real
Dolphins
was
and
the
whales
bee
are
movie?
telepathic. Can be. How real was the Bee movie? What Bee movie? B-E-E movie?
Yeah. Do you remember that one with Jerry Seinfeld?
God's sake, I'd forgotten about that one.
I will tell you that it wasn't that realistic, because they were supposed to be honeybees, right? Because they made honey. So you realize that most honeybees are, that entire colony, except for a few of them, would have been female, first of all. Because honeybees are all basically female, except for, like, I don't know, I think it's like 10 bees that are born for each colony a year that are male, that go out to help procreate with the queens of other colonies. And honeybees are ridiculously smart, though. A lot smarter than people give them credit for. Like,
oh, look at the patterns they make. Oh my God.
well, now that they do the little wiggle dance thing, and we've actually really looked at what they're trying to communicate in those dances, like, they will tell you some ridiculous math. They are math geniuses. They are directional geniuses. Like, they can explain in the wiggles to an entire colony how to find a new location and not get lost. Like, down to a millimeter. Like, I mean, it is...
And mathematically, I remember hearing a mathematician talk about bees that they cannot figure out how their wings can actually lift a bee because their body mass is too big. And mathematically,
types.
it makes no... Yes.
Yeah.
the bumblebee.
Sorry,
The
yes,
bumblebee.
you're correct. That it
Mhm.
that it is I can't remember the exact phrase, but it was something about mathematically.
It shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, it should.
Yes.
There's no way it should be possible.
Because they're non-aerodynamic in the way that those little wings,
Yeah.
the amount of
Yep.
pressure and everything that would need to happen for that to get that big of a body off of the ground doesn't make any sense.
But it's also about the frequency and vibration, and
Mhm.
that's not taken into consideration,
No.
which cracks me up because, hello, talk about math. I mean, there's math right there, frequency and the other one I just said.
Now,
I am out of it tonight.
the
Sorry,
other
folks.
thing about bees, I've always liked bees, and me and John used to have these fights sometimes because I'd tell him that bees were the smartest creature to ever walk the earth, right? And he would always be like, what are you talking about? But a lot of people...
Okay, to be fair, John has a hate-on for bees, though.
Yes. Yeah, he got kind of attacked by a colony when he was little, and yeah. But the thing...
Grandpa had that. That's not fun. That's serious.
Well, okay, he wasn't little. He was 12. He was almost a man. He was doing man's work.
Yeah, he was out cleaning out, helping my mom get ready for something and cleaning out her old truck, and the bees had built underneath of it.
Oh,
And
man.
so when he was washing it,
that'll.
it squirted up under and got the bee
Mm-hmm.
hive that was there, and all of them swarmed and like started attacking him because, you know, he's
Yellow
destroying
jackets?
their hive. And
Yeah.
he got stung a ridiculous amount of times. And the stupid part is,
Were
he
they
was-
meat eaters?
he started running and he was like screaming and being like, ah, there's bugs, right? And we were standing there and me and my mom were like, oh, knock it off, thinking it was like a spider that had come out of something or whatever. You know, like, there's gonna be bugs, it's an old truck. And then he's screaming, he runs up and he's just covered in bee stings and he's like, help me! I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that we were yelling at you for being a baby because there were bugs.
And not just
yeah.
bugs. Were they were they the kind? Because there are certain kind of yellow jackets that sting, and a certain kind that sting and bite. We call them meat eaters.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure these ones just stung, but the thing is, their stinger has
Yes.
barbs.
Barbs on it? Oh god.
Yep,
So-
they work their way in.
Yeah, and so with that,
Trust me,
though,
I know.
these ones were, I guess, fresh because when he went to pull one off his neck, you could see it pulling his neck with it.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Been there.
Yeah, poor little dude. He was pretty
That
sick
is
for a
bad.
little bit there.
Oh, that's miserable. We've had that experience in the family too.
Just so you
Not
guys
just
know,
my grandfather, but my son.
I had a feeling
That's
on something,
wicked
so
stuff.
I'm testing something out. We're back on video,
Oh, that's nice.
so I'm trying it. If it doesn't work, I'll kill it. But right now, everything's holding steady. So, we'll see how this goes. But yeah,
Probably, like,
so no getting
Okay.
naked.
there should probably be like
Oh, what the hell? Nobody does that.
Brad,
well, I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty sketchy stuff from you and Robert. No.
yeah, Robert, what's that pull in the background?
And where'd that lotion come from?
Hand lotion or leg lotion? Jesus.
Nobody knows.
God, I got told that we were going to be on video tonight. No, I went, yeah, right.
Fucking, he does have motion.
I got told. Damn.
Lotion
Second
on your
guessing.
skin.
Oh my God, Robert.
Or else it gets a wisp again.
God.
Oh wow.
How long have we been on video?
About 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I
Oh, that's not bad.
thought about it and tried it because everything was running so smoothly. And we kept talking, so I didn't get a chance to break in and tell you guys.
Okay.
Good to know. Okay.
I don't know what it was. Something told me to just try it because these numbers are looking good. So,
Well, that's a thing.
Okay. I have this weird thing that they were talking about today.
This isn't that kind of show.
No, about the Artemis mission. It came up in a conversation that I was having with somebody today. Because we were talking about the fact that, they were headed home and that they'd done the slingshot around the moon and everything. And she goes, can you believe I was watching the news this morning about the Artemis thing, and this social media thing came up about it. And it's a whole group, I guess, of people that are saying that it's not real, that it's being faked, just like the original moon landing was being faked, so that we believe that the moon isn't a structured spaceship, and that, like, it was just this crazy conspiracy theory about the moon being a spaceship, and that we were sending out this fake mission so that we could prove that it was a real moon and not a spaceship, so people stopped talking about it. And she was like, and it came up because I was watching the news on it, and then it came up on my social media, and I clicked it because I was like, what is this? And then I'm like, oh my God, they're still on the fact that the moon isn't real. Like, and he's like, and then I looked down at the bottom, and there was like 100 and something thousand views of that little blurb on social media. And then she goes, and I had to, so I clicked into the comments, and I was actually surprised at how many people went, yes, you're absolutely right, or oh my God, that has to be the truth. Things like that. And she's like, and I had to just turn off my social media, put my phone down, and go, not today. Walk away from it.
Right on, because that is a subject that is to the point, it is at a level of, I mean, I've been called delusional and schizophrenic. To me, that is delusional and schizophrenic, because there's information that I know is very freaking real. And I'm like, oh my God, these people. The amount of fake information out there, especially now with AI.
Yeah.
I am just, it's becoming overwhelming, because the amount of people that are buying into so much garbage, it's like, where the hell are your critical thinking skills? Talk about another generation that is not showing those critical thinking skills. And that, to me, is honestly frightening.
Well,
I would love to see a major shift and change in the public school systems across the United States for very specific things that are necessary and that have been removed out of schools. Now, that's a whole nother subject in and amongst itself. But it would help in some fashion or form to start bringing back critical thinking skills. Because the stuff that I'm seeing and hearing is, I'm like, oh my God.
Now, at the same point, Nikki, I will
that
say,
also comes down to parenting, too.
I will say that I feel as though, okay, so there has always been the people that have been followers.
Oh yeah, but it's worse.
But I think the only reason that it's worse is because it's so easy to get the information out there now. Like, before, you had to actually hold, like town hall type things, where you would get up in front of people and have them follow you. More cultish activities, I guess you would say. But it had to be more in person, or through letters, or through that form of communication, because we didn't have the ability back then to be able to get so many people that are like-minded from so many different areas to be able to talk so freely to each other. So I think that, honestly, I know that it's always been out there. We've always had, like, cults. Yeah. We've always had groups of people that get together and talk about this or talk about that. It's just so much easier to get into those groups now. It's so much easier to find people that have the same thought processes. And it's so much easier to convince other people, because the internet and social media opened up that outlet for a lot of people and made it really easy to spread misinformation, just as easy as it made it to spread regular information. So I feel like that's always been kind of there and always been a trait. It's just, it's easier to see now because it just pops up randomly on your page.
Yeah, but
I really do think there's a hell of a lot more of them.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean it's not getting out of hand. Like,
oh, it is getting out of hand.
Because, like, okay, I saw something the other day that almost made me throw my phone against the wall. And it was about Artemis. But it was about Artemis. So the Flat Earth Society is claiming that they got pictures unedited directly from the Artemis shuttle showing a flat Earth. The picture that they show is so bad.
It's a really, really bad recreation AI thing.
That, it's an AI picture from 2001. Mm-hmm. Like, it's literally just a computer-generated image.
Yes.
Friend.
But there were, like, a couple 100,000 people that were like, oh my god, it's true!
Like, did you guys know that the Earth is Microsoft green? For all the green spaces on Earth. All the green spaces on Earth, they used Microsoft green. Friend.
Yeah, it is a poorly generated photo for it being something that people are... Yes, absolutely.
And I was mad because of how many likes it got on Facebook. Like, we are talking in the 100,000s.
Mm-hmm.
The dumbing. See, I feel like it's the dumbing down of society.
Well, that's why
I honestly, that's where I'm going with it, because I'm like, geez, this is just. I feel like the critical thinking skills have gone shot right out the window.
When the movie Idiocracy becomes a historical document, we're having some massive issues in the world.
Hey, you leave my Crocs alone. Friend.
Oh. Now, okay, that leads me into something that I thought was funny. Okay, so you guys, you've seen the movie Galaxy Quest? Have you, Nikki? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where a whole alien civilization gets copies of our sitcoms sent to them, and they think that they're historical Earth documents. So they abduct some people off of Earth to help them with their mission to take out like a invading species or something, because we have so many warriors on Earth. Hey, hilarious
Tim
movie.
Allen and...
One of my favorite movies. Like, hilarious movie. But I feel like that's almost closer to truth than anything else right now. Because I could definitely see that happening just within our own culture, not even an alien species doing this.
Yep.
Fran,
Yeah, that's a really interesting, to say the very least.
like, and I saw a few
The
things
amount
about
of
awareness that I knew were automatically a joke. Like, one news station posted a picture of because they took pictures of the far side of the moon,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the ones they showed, it had the Millennium Falcon inside one of the craters, which is fucking hilarious.
God, I saw that. I was laughing. I think that's the one Robert posted. I was laughing my ass off over that one.
Like,
they then had a Star Destroyer in one too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Man.
Now, see, I got a picture that was from the.
I mean, that's humorous.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So there is a.
But to show it on the news.
They also had the big crystal with the light going in it and transporting it into the different colors. Pink Floyd.
There's an official NASA page, but then there's like a spoof NASA page too. And on their page, they said that they got the first pictures of the dark side of the moon and click to see the picture. And if you click on the little link that it shows, it is just a blank screen. It is just black. And they're like, see, it really is dark out there. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous, guys.
Like, how else do the aliens first get their coffee?
Right?
You go past with coffee on board, they'll teleport it down. It's been 50 years since they had Starbucks.
No.
52 actually. It was 71 that Starbucks started up, so it's just under.
Have you seen...
You know, I found it really interesting how they were slingshotting around.
Prepare competitions for time warp.
Oh my god, now I've got let's do the time warp again. Oh my god, no, don't not start that in my head. Oh, that's an earworm that won't shut up. Kayla, what's the dynamics? What's the dynamics? How does for this link, the way it was shown on Google, which was done by, it was shown on as an article with not a live video, but with a projection of how. But I didn't get a chance to read the actual article, but it fascinated me as to how how Artemis was going from Earth, coming around, doing a weird loop, but a slingshot, in order to come around the moon. But the
flight path will be basically a figure 8.
008, yeah. Twice around the Earth and then up and around and 8. Yeah.
So, it's fascinating.
Do you want me to take that?
Because
mechanics?
Yeah, I was trying to ask the dynamics of that, but then I had a roaming thought that went beyond that, which doesn't really matter because it deals with deep government. So anyway,
do you want
to
take that one?
What's the dynamics of that? How do they go about slingshotting, I suppose?
Okay, okay. You can, if you want to, but the only thing I'll say is, okay, so what I know about the Artemis 2 is that they were following a 10-day figure 8 trajectory. And the reason for the slingshotting and everything is so that they can get a free return path.
Oh.
Okay.
That makes more sense to me. Okay, got it.
Like once they reach 33% or 33 degrees around the moon.
Yeah, a certain. Yeah.
0 fuel to get back.
Mm-hmm. It's an
to
efficiency.
inner orbit. Once they're in inner orbit, they will have to use fuel to adjust their trajectory, but that's only the small thrusters.
See, now that makes more sense to me. All right.
But because of the size of Artemis, compared to the Apollos, they did have to fire 4 of the side thrusters as well as the main engine when they did the slingshot.
Got it.
Because if they just did the main engine, there's enough mass on the ship itself to actually not do a slingshot and just fire them out past the moon. Which wouldn't be cool.
How do we do this? Okay, so basically the free return path, it ensures that natural return is possible if the propulsion systems fail. Alright?
Okay.
So it'll test the life support systems, the propulsion systems in a deep space environment. And it also sets up the fact that if it does work the way that they're expecting it to work, then it will set the stage for future missions. Because they plan on doing the Artemis 3 mission. I think it's set for a few years from now, as long as everything with the slingshot maneuver ends up working the way that it's supposed to.
Which it did.
Then they're planning on the Artemis 3 mission actually doing a lunar surface landing. And that should be the first lunar surface landing since the original moon landing.
And what year do they expect that to be?
There hasn't been a year release on that yet. But it was... A lot of the stuff for that was based off of what happened on the mission here. So, now that the mission here has pretty much been a massive success as far as the slingshot maneuvers, as far as the amount of propulsion, the amount of gas, everything else that needed to be used, and safe returns and everything else. So, as long as everything ends up going correctly with that, which so far to this point it's gone without a hitch, then the Artemis 3 mission, they will start picking different astronauts, doing trainings, and figuring out when to actually do that window of lunar landing. So at this point, there is no actual date. They just know that they were basing whether or not they would be able to do a lunar surface landing for the Artemis 3 off of what ended up happening with Artemis 2.
Understood.
So, it's actually kind of exciting because, since the original moon landing, we haven't been to our closest solar body. So, it's going to be very interesting to actually have a manned crew land again.
A few of the guys at NASA are really excited because they're going to take one of those golf ball collectors up there and collect the ones that they shot in the Apollo missions. It's been 50 years since they've had those. Trying to get those suckers
right
back.
in the middle of my backswing.
But, as far as everything is looking right now, if you really look into all of the different missions that they're planning, all of the different things that they're trying to figure out as far as trajectories and everything else, this is the farthest, the Artemis 2 is the farthest that we've ever gone into space. It officially became the farthest that we have ever sent a manned craft into space.
Publicly.
Yeah. Yes.
And one of the new missions that they've outlined is putting a fuel depot on the moon. Which...
Because if we can
I wonder how the ETs will feel about it.
If we can put a fuel depot there, then we would be able to technically make it because of the atmosphere of the moon and the ability to take off a lot easier than our Earth's gravity. We would be able to potentially reach the Mars landing that we've been talking about for years.
Nikki, I would say for the
And-
question you just asked, though, it depends on who gets the rights to the fuel depot. Because, like, Chevron would have better snacks than Arco in the convenience store that they're going to put in there. So, you know.
Got a question, but I can't get my brain to.
Think past an
I can't
alien
get my
buying a
brain to
candy
shut
bar.
down 'cause I'm still laughing.
So, actually, if you really look at like what they're planning to do, like if you look at,
Oh,
so
man.
this isn't like publicly out there, obviously, because it's just. But if we can get a fuel depot onto the moon, that's going to be our jumping point to anything that is further out into our solar system. And I think eventually just because this is what I would do if I was trying to set up travel from different planet to different planet, is I think eventually we'll get a fuel depot on the moon. If we can get to Mars, then we'll get a fuel depot on Mars that'll push trajectory out further. So if we can take all of the rocky planets along the way, or rocky moons around this, or whatever it is, then we can set up enough to get us to where we would potentially be able to do exploration of, like, deep space exploration and different things like that. But because of our fossil fuels and because of the situation that we don't know how to do a lasting, like, ion engine right now. I mean, we do, but small potatoes. Not anything that would actually support full life systems and everything else at this point. So we're still relying on all the fossil fuels and everything for that. So if we could set up our little gas stations on each of the rocky planets and moons on the way, then we'd actually be able to explore places in the solar system that, and further into the galaxy eventually, that we've never even thought of being able to send a manned mission to. I think that it should be a very interesting next couple hundred years for space exploration, as long as, we don't blow ourselves up before that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking of the tests you'd have to add to your CDL.
Oh, God.
Well, because you need truckers to drive it to there.
Oh, God. Space highway!
How long did it take Artemis to get to the moon?
The full-fledged mission, like, from leaving to re-landing is 10 days.
To re-landing on Earth.
Yes.
So basically 5 days.
Yeah.
Well,
a
little under that. I think it was a 3-day out, before they had the
Do you know
first...
why I'm... Do you know why I'm laughing?
Huh?
Because with deep state global governments, from Earth to the moon is 4 hours.
Yeah.
4
And I think it's 4
hours.
days they took because they're leaving one
Yeah,
day.
that's what I was like. It's like 3.5 to 4 days, but
They're
it
leaving
also...
one day to turn when they, like, on re-entry. To do checks and... Because I don't think we're going to be in the right position for them to land.
Mm-hmm. They did what?
Well, if they were not going via... God. If they were not going via a vehicle, they could use a jump room, and they would be there within a few moments, I should say. I'm going to call it moments because it can vary. It's usually about 2 minutes, from what I remember, 2 to 4 minutes.
Nikki,
but
do you not admit that they cannot admit to that right now?
Oh, they can't release any of that.
Okay.
I understand that. They're doing this as a setup for what they can show later on, how we publicly got to the moon and all of that crap. They're building it back up. It is a setup for the public.
Yes.
I get that.
Okay,
I understand that.
and let's be honest.
However,
Okay, so
we've got these vehicles that can go. I mean, we're seeing them. People are getting pictures of them from Earth that have got for example, Robert takes pictures, or used to, of the moon. They are phenomenal pictures. There are people like him that have cameras that have longer zoom lenses that are getting pictures and video of the moon and the spaceport that vehicles are coming and going out of, and I do mean space vehicles coming and going out of that spaceport off the moon. And people are going, "Oh, that's AI." No, there are ones that are real, very, very real. And there have been times where Robert himself has caught a couple of items. They're very, 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 very tiny, but he has caught them. And he has publicly posted them. And he doesn't say bullshit one on the picture that he posts. He just, "Oh, look at the great moon," or no statement whatsoever. So that's what cracks me up by this, because it's an incredible. This is not conspiracy theory. This is a setup to the public as part of their narrative in order to build what they're planning on doing in the next 10 years to show how we got the technology or how we advanced the technology. Oh, because our scientists are that great. Hello, we reverse engineered this shit from ETs.
Okay.
Plus our scientists. So you've got that, and I get very frustrated.
But
Very frustrated with this.
saying that though,
Yeah.
I would say that that kind of stuff I believe is very compartmentalized in the government.
Yeah, it is, because you do not have, you've got a very clear definition between regular government, and you've got multiple layers of government.
Yeah.
You've got regular government in each country. Then you've got another section below that, and many people within government know about that section. It's below that where you get really invasive into the hardcore ET science stuff and the world beyond our world, and it gets real mind-boggling really fast. And that's why they're trying to keep everybody from talking about it, because there are so many countries involved in this that it would do them it would do all of them a detriment, not just the U.S. government.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. Okay. So I have. What? Go for it.
The only thing that I was trying to get to with that was,
yeah,
I don't believe that the Artemis crew itself, or a lot of people involved with this mission, know the other parts of it.
I agree.
And
I agree.
I don't think it takes away from the fact that they were able to do this.
The human accomplishment.
Oh, I
aspect.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to give credit where credit is due, because they are doing their jobs. They are doing what is important. I get that. I'm not trying to. Okay, here's a really old term. I'm not trying to shit on their parade.
And I believe
I get what they're doing, and I commend them, because that is great. But I'm very frustrated and really disappointed in the global government for not showing further advancements in the regular aspect. Am I making myself clear or understandable on that?
Yeah.
I'm very frustrated with the fact that they haven't shown more advancement. Like one of their deep state scientists, or a couple of them, putting in, oh, hey, what about this? And maybe what about that? And it advancing much farther than what it is.
Okay.
By, say another 20 years or so.
Now I have.
So that's where my frustration really comes in.
Okay. Go for it. What?
Didn't mean to cause a
no,
conundrum. I
but
apologize.
the reason the only reason, like, the people who say the moon landing is fake, the people who say all of this
Oh,
shit
God,
is space,
yeah.
that space doesn't fucking exist. Fran,
Yeah.
there are 791 human beings who have literally strapped a rocket to their ass
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
taken that flight.
Or their backs. Yeah.
Fran,
Look at the guy in the 1980s who did that. He strapped a rocket, if I remember right, 2 small rockets to his back. I'm like, where the hell do you think? How are you going to drive that thing?
but like,
I will never forget that. I think it was 82, 81, 82. It was wild.
do you know what the stupid part of this?
Uh,
Fran,
wait, can't remember what year.
191 of those people bought a ticket. Because they in that
Did they bring
number,
that popcorn?
yeah, like in that number, they include the commercial spacecrafts.
Mm.
So, and
Oh, gosh.
600 were like actual NASA science like missions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. The rest of them are literally they bought a ticket with like Blue Horizon or any of them, or Virgin,
Oh.
which they still did it like that. That's still an amazing thing to me. And I even though I would love to have that experience, I know for a fact I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah. There's.
Yeah.
Now, I've always been. I love space. I'm a space junkie.
I did
Well, you were
too.
born there, I get it.
Okay. But I know that I will never.
Oh my God, Cole. I just had conversations with people today about that very subject.
I'm
And then you're
just
bringing
saying,
up a comment like
you know,
it.
most of us love the area we were born in and grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, I can say that firsthand, I've seen some very amazing
sites of
human accomplishments.
Oh.
Okay, as far as technologies and different things.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy stuff. But, with that being said.
Do you mean like the ShamWow?
Yes, exactly like the ShamWow. Okay. The issue that I see, Nikki, with the ET technologies and everything else, okay, is we, as a total population of people, now I'm not talking about outliers that, like, are very scientific minded or people that are very good with mechanical systems and computerized systems and stuff like that, but as a total population, okay?
As a whole.
Yes. We can't even fix a car. Okay?
I can fix a car.
Well,
No. Wait a minute. Before you go in to clarify that, we got to remember we've got vehicles still on the road that are classic cars
Yeah.
that can be fixed.
no, most definitely. But what I'm saying is your average person, if something goes wrong in their vehicle, okay, yes, there are backyard mechanics. Yes, there are people that are just good with that kind of thing that can look up like a YouTube video and can change an alternator or do these different things.
Yep.
Absolutely. But as a whole,
Technology.
what do we do? There's a reason that there's still mechanic shops. Okay?
Yep.
Because as a full and total overwhelming population, we need somebody that's an expert in that field to be able to fix it. Okay? Or we need somebody that has the proper tools or the proper knowledge to know how to fix this. So, when we think on that scale, like, if your toaster goes out, you don't rip it apart, completely re-engineer it, put it back together, and stick it back in the wall. You go, damn it. You take it down, you throw it in the garbage, and you go to the store and you buy a new toaster. Eh?
Well, not everybody does that, but yeah, some do. No, most people do.
Well, I'm talking as an overall. I'm not talking like
I know.
individualized people.
Okay, I have an issue with your metaphor for one reason.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's even back in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong. A mechanic didn't do everything on a car. He couldn't. A mechanic doesn't touch the upholstery. He sends that off to another specialist.
Absolutely.
Like, there are so many different parts to these cars now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Friend,
Yeah.
I mean, you need 4 different technicians just on the computer alone.
Well, okay, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
True.
Is that when something as seemingly simple as a vehicle to get from point A to point B, okay? When we need up to like 30 people to look over different parts of it, okay, to fix it or to... I mean, we have people that specifically are tire people. We have people that are specifically upholstery people, that are specific... Like, all of these little tiny pieces that you don't think about until something goes wrong. Okay? And then you go, oh, your shop won't do that? Well, we don't do these things. You'll have to go here to get these things done. Okay? Things like that. Okay? So, if we're...
And then the integrated things like the light bulbs on the car.
Yeah.
They can cost up to $500 to $1,000 for a single unit because they all are part of one thing.
Okay, so when we're thinking about what we would consider to a rocket simple technology, okay? Like your everyday technology in comparison to like your NASA technologies and different things like that, which take a whole new group of specialists to do each little part. We already are struggling with that as a whole. Now, if we integrated to where everybody had alien technologies, okay? So now we get to the point where we have all of this new technology, some of it earthbound, some of it alien-bound, some of it, like, that we really don't understand. So then it takes a whole new group of people and a whole new group of everything else. We aren't going to get to that global point of being able to go, okay, this is from this species, and I have to go to this species in order to get this. Okay, so when it comes to, like Nikki was saying, different jump rooms, different things like this, we are not there as a species yet. We cannot integrate that stuff into every day because some of it is so far beyond the grasp of the average human being that there's no way to even wrap your mind around what that thing is capable of, let alone be able to use it on a regular basis. And if you think about as technology came out, we have fear of that technology too. Like, how long did it take people before everybody was okay with commercial flight? How long did it take everybody before people were really okay with, wait, you get on this train and you go where? Like, new technology takes a while for people to wrap their head around and to feel comfortable with.
Okay, first of all, that was the most un-American sentence I've ever heard from anyone. Why are you so against creating jobs? Second of all...
Fucking jeez.
So you're telling me when Apple introduced the iPod that we shouldn't have been able to handle it?
No, there's a very big difference between something like the freaking iPod and an interstellar travel.
Is there?
There's a huge difference.
What is it?
Okay, an iPod is not going to kill you if something goes... Well, I mean, it
iPods
can. I mean, obviously, it can catch on fire. There can be, like,
Mm-hmm.
small things that happen. But when it comes to any kind of new traveling, that kind of thing, people have anxieties about it. There's a lot of anxiety about something new. And yes, when iPod came out, there was a lot of anxiety from other generations that didn't really fully understand the musical implications of that and everything that did.
6 months.
Okay.
6 months is the average it takes a human to actually accept something is going to happen.
Okay.
The bullet
No,
train
I can
was
only
introduced
imagine.
within 6 months.
Okay.
I can only imagine the powered boots of the anti-grav, like in Jupiter Ascending. That'll take a lot less time. People say, "Yay, we can fly! We don't need to use fossil fuels anymore." No.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying, though, is that if you slowly introduce technologies over a period of time, people are more accepting of those technologies as they come. Okay? If you were to, right now, go, boom, here's every bit of technology, all of the advancements, everything else that have happened over the last 50 freaking years, figure it out. That's way too much of a culture shock to people.
It's not that.
No.
Number one, we can't do that because of laws and regulations.
Okay.
We have to input laws and regulations for everything we do.
Yeah.
Brian,
Okay. So how Kayla described things brought up an episode of Stargate, SG-1. And the episode, I do not remember how far into the series it was, but it's the specific episode where they meet a group of aliens, extraterrestrials, and they were given the world, the Earth, was given technology, and it advanced so far that now this I thought whoever wrote this episode was great, because I could actually see how this kind of technology could potentially be used across the globe. Mm-hmm. And it was where they, the episode is basically where they go in the future, and the entire team, specifically Sam and Jack O'Neill, work to get Jack to throw a yellow message, a piece of paper on a message on a piece of yellow paper back through the ring, through the gate, to back the previous, back in time, basically to the previous timeline, and basically say, don't take the offer, or some such thing. Don't go to the planet or something. Yeah, the Stargate. Yeah. So, but the point is that what they showed in that episode with the upside down U frames, Robert, can you please help me? I can't seem to get my words. It's the letter U, but it's upside down, and the person literally, and it's all technology. It's all set. You go from one city to another city. It's essentially a jump portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can actually see that kind of thing. You could go from city to city to transfer that quickly. You have one going and one coming back for a return. Mm-hmm. That would be phenomenal across this planet. That kind of technology. The transportation aspect of that, of course, that would wipe out the potential for gasoline need, depending upon how far that kind of technology worked. But seriously, you talk about jump portals, you don't even need a jump room. That little device, that upside down U frame is,
it's basically
that's
little
your
baby
device.
Stargates that are all over the place that you could just pop from one location to another. So it'd be like us being able to pop into Robert's backyard and visit him.
Yes.
Just boom. Yeah.
You'd probably, matter of fact, for long distances, I could actually see something to where you'd have to have a much bigger type of jump portal in order to do that. So you carry your bags from city to city through these portals, and then you get to your destination so that you can make the bigger jump. I mean, that's the
Now, I could
amount
totally
of
see,
doing
like,
something like that.
if
Wow.
something like that were to exist globally,
Yeah.
then I could see where you'd be able to go down to, like, your local, I don't know, Walmart, Amazon, whatever it is, and you purchase the at-home version to be able to put in your front door or whatever the heck. And it would be like zip coding, or it would be like a phone number. Only specific people have access because you tell them what your portal number or whatever is, and then they can jump
And what
from
an
portal to
interesting
portal,
idea.
different things like that. So you'd be able to get like food deliveries, all kinds of everything like that from portal to
Talk
portal,
about
house
an
to house.
advance.
You know,
Wow. Major advance.
but
I just found it and put it into the FB chat.
Into the chat? Okay.
But you see, now there's also huge problems that would come from something like this.
Yes,
Okay,
that.
right? So, first of all, let's take out like any kind of terrorist activity, anything like that, because that's a whole new level of problem that you could potentially have with something like that.
Yeah.
You've got theft, you've got home invasions, everything like that would be easier to do. All you'd have to figure out is the person's personal codes
location
or whatever, and you could pop into anybody's house at any point in time.
Yeah.
That's a little terrifying if you think of it that way. But
Sure.
the other thing is the biological aspect of it. Disease would be very easily transmitted if we could pop from place to place, location to location, with free-flowing borders and everything else. The amount of
There's a concept.
diseases that would pass way faster than they would today. And then
Jump portal pods.
Then you'd have
Sorry.
to also think about the fact that during the move from one portal to another portal, okay, something has to happen to you structurally to get you from point A to point B. Okay, whether it is like Star Trek world where it demolecularizes you and then puts you all back together on the other side. Okay? So something is happening to your body in order to make it possible for you to transport that quickly from one location to another.
Maybe not.
How not?
But think about it this way: if you're sitting in a chair, you want to get something out of the fridge, put your hand through the portal, grab it, and come out.
What if you're not changing just the area around you, like that area? What if they're just folding space?
Well, okay, so even if and that's what I'm saying, but something is happening for that device in order for that device to work. Something has to be happening either to...
But it doesn't mean it's happening to you.
Not necessarily, okay? Because it could be happening, like you said, like you could be folding space-time, okay? And, whoop, okay, now we can get through this portal to this area. Like baby wormholes, whatever you want to say. Like it could be an environmental thing. It could be a physical thing. Who knows? But the problem that I see with that, too, even if it's an environmental thing, if you have that many folds in space-time, okay, within that small of a location, I feel like you would accidentally pop out in a location that you wouldn't want to every once in a while, because you'd get stuck within another fold.
You are basing that off information that humans have.
No, for sure.
Which is, would you like to put that into a number of percentage of what's actually out there?
No, trust me, I completely and fully understand. But I'm saying, like, especially in the beginning, I feel like there would be a lot of accidents, like transporter-type accidents that would be happening, like, because it would be something that wasn't fully understood.
Okay, but here's my whole thing with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You are presenting all the problems that you're coming up with.
Okay.
Right? Okay. What were the problems with a combustible engine on a buggy?
Boom. I don't know, Cole. I don't know anything about that.
Friend, you do. You just don't realize it because you've watched full episodes on this shit.
Well, I know
Friend.
that. I'm just saying that.
But like,
I don't know what you want me to say.
when Virginia got told that they were getting new roads,
yeah.
friend, in the early late 1800s. Friend, I'm basing this off an episode you watched of Little House on the Prairie.
Yep. Okay.
Friend, they had literal dirt paths with a hump of grass in between.
Yep.
Because wagons only had 2 wheels, and they stayed on the path based on the horses.
Okay.
Friend, 10 years after they built those new roads,
Yeah.
which were still just those dirt paths, just smoother. They came up with the horseless buggy,
Yeah. Okay.
which couldn't ride on those roads.
Okay.
So they had to redo the roads again.
Yeah.
For any time you introduce any new piece of technology, there will always be problems that have to be solved. The introduction of it can happen immediately.
Right.
But the next 50 years are learning how to deal with the problems that come up.
Yes.
Now that's
in the engineering and the tech.
yeah, and that's based off of basic technology.
Okay. Yeah. Like for instance, the first Wright brothers ride, basically,
The iPod.
versus that. You know. Okay.
Oh, yeah, iPod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the first iPod
That was
created
huge.
huge issues.
Yeah.
Well.
Organic.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but it also created issues with artists and
Yeah,
everything
absolutely. Friend. But it took us 50 to 70 years to come up with like solutions for all the problems for the original horseless buggy.
Yeah.
By the time 50 or 60 years have passed, we were done. Everything with the original part had been solved.
Yeah.
The iPhone, the iPod, all of the problems with the original iPod
Yeah.
were solved within 5. We are, like, as we go through technological advances,
We're solving them quicker because we have more. Yes.
the problem solving gets faster.
Yeah.
Friend, as the technology gets bigger, more problems arise, and it starts to span out a little farther with our problem solving again.
Yes.
Friend.
But eventually, what you're saying is we'll get to the point where that's just going to become second nature. It's not going to be.
And
Yeah.
90% of people's issues with things like major transportation changes are complete fear.
No, and that's what I'm saying too, though, is it like the anxiety and the social aspects
Absolutely.
of it? Because you would have to convince people that this is a safe form of transportation, that this is a safe form of. And there are still people to this day that won't get on an airplane. There's still people that won't get on a train. Like,
Absolutely. But to a point. Because that same person who won't get on a plane would absolutely send their father on that plane to fucking save his life.
No, and I get that too. I'm just. Okay.
Like, basic human need overrides wants. Most of the time.
Okay.
If our lives
Do we
are
have
in
any
danger, we change. Sorry, Nikki, what?
No, yeah, I wanted you to finish. Is there anybody in chat that comments on it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
But I will say that YouTube, when I first started the show, I didn't know if chat was going to work because it said something went wrong. Oops. It still does. On the actual YouTube channel, there is no chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to show you where you can change that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we've just been.
There's a way to change that.
Friends, so, and
but
on the
find it and
OSB, I have
screenshot
a
it.
chat, like, it's working, but yeah, no one's commented much at all. So, but,
Okay.
we've kind of been all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been way all over. Yeah.
Friend. So,
Sasquatch to Atlas, and no, Artemis. Sasquatch to Artemis to high technology.
Systems. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
high technology stuff. Been quite a discussion.
But it should be a lot easier for them now because what they had last time they went by the moon, they had to outfit the entire main bay where they are with all the computing systems. Now they just need a phone.
That's true. Yeah, like,
Call ET.
And it does the same thing.
friend, do you know what's stupid? Do you guys realize
Sorry.
that number that I gave you early, 791?
Yeah.
Only 12 have stepped foot on the moon of that number.
And look at the shamagana that they left behind.
That's true. Did you guys see the picture, though, that they took of the far side?
Yeah,
With
big
the three,
crater.
Yeah,
Nope.
the 3 craters.
Nope. Didn't see it.
I haven't seen it either.
It's like 3 rocks hit the exact same spot, one right after the other.
Yep.
And they got smaller each time. It's kind of cool. Friend,
Nicole.
what? Oh, hey. Speaking of Artemis,
What?
this is from the Chows. Speaking of Artemis, do you guys believe we landed on the moon?
Are you talking like the original moon landing, or are you talking that Artemis landed on the moon?
Or are
You're
you
talking
about the 1,000
original,
times
aren't
the
you?
government has done it?
Yeah. I would assume in this context that's like a original moon landing.
I think so.
And I truly do believe that we landed on the moon. Yes. I do think that there was human that stepped on the moon and landed on the moon.
I believe we landed on the moon. I believe the original moon landing happened, but was bungled by our government in the way that they showed it and the way they how do I say that?
Careful.
Carefully.
The way they let it be, like, the way they fucking classified it, fight it.
Yeah.
I mean, at no time should we have ever lost contact with them. Not while they were on the surface. Nothing was happening that was dangerous.
Not on the surface, actually. But
And nothing happened. They never said anything happened that was a good enough reason for us to lose contact with the actual astronauts on the surface. Friend, unless they were doing something bad.
well, at the same time, I mean, like, honestly, you think about the fact that, okay, so if I call you on my cell phone, if you go through a certain area, or if there's too much interference, or if there's something happening, sometimes it'll drop a call, sometimes it will, like, fuzz out for a second, or it'll skip, you know? So, if you think about the technology back then, I mean, anything could have potentially, and I'm not saying that it wasn't because of other issues, but let's say there was a solar flare or something of that nature that they weren't expecting at that point, like different astronomical things could have happened to interfere with the band waves.
NASA didn't lose contact with them. They just shut off our contact.
Oh, okay, well.
They shut off the camera feeds.
Gotcha.
That was it. Yeah, like, NASA was still in contact with them. There is actually interview done immediately after the
There's a script.
moon landing,
Yeah.
stating that they never lost contact.
Oh, okay. So they just cut off the feeds to the actual
Public.
people.
There's a script. You can read the script of what was said, and there are like code words
Yeah.
in what they were
Weird
talking
little
about.
stuff in
So-
there, yeah.
But yes, I
Yeah,
do believe it
it's-
happened. I do
yeah.
not believe that it was filmed in a freaking
Warehouse.
Hollywood warehouse. I believe it was possible to do at that point, of course. I mean, Hollywood's Hollywood.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say on that aspect too, I personally believe that we have had a lot more people touch the surface of that moon than we are willing to publicly say have landed on the moon. I do believe that there has been a couple of, like, let's say covert moon landings and different things that we are not publicly aware of happening. And honestly, I do also believe that we are not the only ones to have landed on the moon and to have looked at the moon. And as far as we, what I mean is...
Dolphins.
No, I mean the United States. Like, I believe that other countries have also
Thanks for the dog.
landed on the moon and checked it out for themselves. But we aren't privy to that information as everyday citizens.
Well, I'm just saying, I agree with you because there definitely had to have been other countries that have landed there.
Mm-hmm.
There is a possibility another country landed before us.
Uh-huh.
Because a particular gentleman in the media right now hasn't tried to rename the fucking thing. So, obviously, even he knows we don't really have a claim to it.
Yeah.
He's a Jaffa. He's an orange bird.
Well, I mean, no country should have a claim to stellar objects. It shouldn't be that way. I understand that eventually, like, somebody somewhere has to claim something.
We cannot put a spirit Halloween on the moon yet,
Yeah.
but we will.
No, I keep thinking of pigs and pigs. I'm
But
sorry, I can't get that out of my head.
You guys know what we fell asleep to last night?
oh god.
Somebody else.
Fred, no, do you know what we fell asleep to last night?
Well, I'm pretty sure they
Uranus. Fred,
Yes.
I'm sure.
Fred, we listened to a
Nobody
documentary
I can say.
called Uranus, the most unfortunately named planet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, imagine if they have
Actually, it's got a number
candy,
to it.
a candy operation up there. Then they have to be called a fudge packer. In
God, thank
fudge and Uranus.
Fred, well,
Well, that's all right. They're mining on Desdemona, so you know. Hey,
isn't it Titan that has diamonds for rain? Shouldn't we be mining there?
Uh-huh. But that's just for all the Minecrafters.
No.
Minecraft. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You
Oh
guys have
man.
heard of the puffy planets? Alright? Have you? Oh, yeah.
I just gotta say, that's not particularly nice of you to say. Like, I know
No.
they gained a little bit of weight, but calm down.
No, they're gas giants. Okay? And the chemical makeup of them is mostly hydrogen and oh god, my brain is not working right now. But they're gigantic planets with the mass of like nothing. Okay? So they're just like they've been overheated, so they expanded, so they're huge, but they have like hardly any actual mass to them.
I got the look.
Oh, puppy.
Can I ask you a question?
Got the look.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
Well, just think if they went to the gym for one day up there, because some of them days last over a year for us.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing that stuck in my head about Uranus.
Don't put your head near the Uranus. No.
That their cycles, because it's tilted onto its side, so their winters like last, what was it? It was like 20 something years.
Yeah.
And
no,
then,
a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
a day
like
cycle is
a
28 years.
yeah, so
Uh-huh.
you could watch the sun set for your entire life if you lived on the surface during summer. If you lived on the surface during winter, you could be in eternal darkness for your entire like life cycle. It was just kind of interesting to like think about that, and then to think about the show Game of Thrones, where they're like, winter's coming, it's been like 37 years since we had winter, you know, and I'm like, oh, well, they're probably just like one of those little planets that like slowly rotates, and maybe it's on its side, and that's why. Anyway, yeah.
And then they got to get to the top off. They got to build up their bodies. They got to build up their bodies and make it good.
What made me laugh about it was there was this one part where it started talking about Saturn, and it just proved to me that every dad in the world is right. Because it stated that if you were to actually land on Saturn, it wouldn't be the heat that got you, it would be the pressure. Even though it's like 9,000 degrees on Saturn. Which just tells me what creates pressure. Water.
Force.
So it's not the heat that will get you, it's the humidity.
Wow.
What?
Just wow.
Actually, we like for the first hour before we fell asleep, we did sit there and giggle every time they stated like, Uranus is one of the gas giants. What else did they say?
I can't remember.
Even though it's not as popular as its brother Saturn, it does have some rings around it.
I got somebody on the other side who's being a real smart ass. All I kept hearing was a dark Uranus, and then I hear when you were talking, Cole, I hear gas, and I'm like, oh my god, come on.
Well, Nikki, according to conspiracy theories, it's not dark anymore. Someone went there and bleached it.
They heard about the changing ringtones.
Wow. You know.
Yeah, Kayla wasn't happy about that fact. She doesn't like the bleached butthole, you know.
Oh God. So I'm thinking though that
smells like Clorox.
When we talk about going to different planets, when we talk about going to the moon and all that kind of jazz,
I don't talk about that. I talk about going to Uranus.
We've always talked about going to the moon. We've always talked about going to Mars. Like those have been like our things that since like basically the beginning of astronomy, we've been able to look up and be like, oh, we should go to these two places eventually someday. We leave out a lot of stuff that would actually probably be more supporting of life than either of those.
Just be on Pluto.
Okay, so we have a ridiculous amount of moons around planets in our solar system that are actually, the possibility of habitation is better on some of those moons than it is on any of the actual planetary planets in our system. And I think we need to focus more on the other objects that we have in space versus just the planets.
I will say that after 1990, there was a big lull in the idea of people going to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after they saw what it did to Arnold's face on Total Recall, most people were like,
Yep.
fuck no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't that in 87?
Nope, 1990.
90. Could have sworn it was 87, 88. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, okay. No, I definitely agree with that. When his eyes started popping out and everything else,
No,
it kind of made people go, do we really want to go to a planet we can't actually live on? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like that, though. The surface is very different than what is depicted and what is told. That's for sure.
Well, okay, like, as far as that is concerned, like, honestly,
You still have to wear
NASA
suits, though.
or these other places, or any space exploration, any looking through and seeing another planet from a distance, hey,
That's fucked up.
what?
Friend, what Nikki just said.
Yeah.
I mean, the
What did I say?
The planet's not even that cool, and it's black tie only. That's fucked up.
That is not what I'm saying.
You said we gotta wear suits. For
Oh, yeah, you have to still wear a suit, and you still have to wear a helmet, and you still have to have your feet covered and your hands covered. But yeah, the suits are not anywhere near like what the astronauts are having to wear. I mean, these things are close to the skin. They're
Skinny suit.
It's like wearing a jacket. It's like wearing a jumpsuit or a jacket. It's a full body, and then you've got this helmet that, I mean, great big glass all the way to the back of the sides of the head, so you can see. I mean, you can actually see your peripherals.
Well, that's
but
the problem, though, is that
it's the ET tech that keeps you alive in that suit.
that honestly, they could say whatever they wanted to say about the different planets, because we as average humans, the likelihood of us actually stepping foot on any of these planets or seeing it firsthand is pretty minimal. Okay, so they could say that there's no oxygen, there's no this, there's the chemical makeup is this or that or whatever, and we just kind of have to go with whatever they're saying, because we don't have the equipment to actually figure that out ourselves. And so you just agree with whatever is said. It's kind of like even our oceanary systems and everything else, we as average everyday people don't have the ability to go down and check out the bottom of the freaking ocean and different areas in the ocean to say, yes, this actually exists or whatever. Okay? Which is why we're continuously finding new species like the giant squid and different things like that we're like, oh, we didn't even know this existed anymore. Or in the first place, we didn't know it existed.
Or the 400-year-old shark.
Right. Well, it's just like,
whatever.
Like, I've never been to Australia, so Robert could tell me something about Australia that was a complete fabrication in every way, shape, and form, but I'd absolutely believe him because he lives there, and if he said he saw it, then okay, he saw it. Just like if Robert had never been here, I could potentially say, hey, I saw this yesterday, and this is like the coolest thing ever, and with him never coming here, would never know that it didn't actually exist.
Well, it wasn't until I actually was driven through Portland, Oregon, and saw the statue that they have of a moose, and was told that was the actual size of the moose. I wouldn't have believed it was that size.
Oh God,
Then
yeah,
we-
they're huge.
Then we went to the zoo and saw them. And they are that bloody big.
Right.
They're scary big.
Well, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as that's concerned, like, unless you are very versed and travel a lot, then there's certain areas of our own land that you would have no idea what actually roams there or what things actually look like in person because you've never seen it before. You've been told about it. You've been said that, oh, like elephants are this big and they look like this. But unless you've seen one in person or gone to the zoo and seen one, you can't grasp necessarily that size until you see it in person and go, oh, wow, they are. Look at how big that thing is, you know?
That's sort of like
I
the
haven't-
snake skin that we saw on the way up to Pompero when we were looking after a fishing camp. The skin was on a fence, and it was
God.
like at least 50 feet in length. That was
Yeah.
a huge snake, and that was just the skin, so it was out there wriggling around somewhere.
Wow. Well, that's like when we went camping on this piece of private property. There was a team of us that went, and we were basically doing night watches. And this is quite a distance south of Seattle, but far enough. How do I say that without giving them the property away? But anyway, it was in a type of valley area, and I had been told, "Oh yeah, there's moose around." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I thought people were bullshitting me. It wasn't until the middle of the freaking night at about 3:20 in the morning. Those things were. They're not. It's not a braying. I don't because that's what donkeys do. But it was the loudest, and it permeated the valley with that one moose. I lost my crap in the middle of the night. I was like, I know how big those things are. My God, where's that thing? I mean, I was wide awake, and I was like, I couldn't get out of that tent fast. And I mean, I was like, I want to know where this thing is at. How close is it? Because we're on this piece of property. We're out in the open. I was freaking out, man. And then you heard the coyotes and or the wolves. It was one of the two. I don't remember which right now. And there was a full pack. And so you got the moose on one side off to the left, and on the hill you had the pack of wild dogs, wild coyote or whatever they or wolves or whatever they were. Man, I'm telling you, it really woke me up to just how truly wild our country is, and how you can have moose when you grew up in the same damn state all your life, and you didn't know the hell that moose state. It was a hell of an eye opener.
Right.
It was
So
like
yeah,
the
I
like
mean, just
it was
don't
like
believe it
the
until
time
you
that
hear
we
or see it.
were camping. We went camping with a unit that was the volunteer police of Portland, and we were camped at the Bagby Trailhead, Bagby Hot Springs Trailhead, and we were hearing things at night that it could only have been Bigfoot doing the knock 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 and whack with the tree stumps and all that sort of stuff. The cat was freaking out. We brought the cat along.
So,
Yeah, your Sasquatch knock is a wild trip in the hell.
the Chow says he believes, or he thought there was life on Uranus called and known like gut bacteria.
Well, there's also the Klingons. Don't forget them.
Now, Conan, my dish 3. You asked 3 questions. Unfortunately, it's 11:59, and so we do have to end the night.
We're out of here.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to write those questions down, and we are going to answer them
next
next week.
So not bat, but same time, same channel.
Yeah,
Just replace it with cat. It's
sorry,
okay.
I'm sorry we didn't get to your questions, but you just yeah, you're a little late on it. So, but we will answer them next week for you, friend.
Same at that time, same at that channel. Go
So
for
yeah, just join us next week and we will get to them. Friend, join us every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the S4 Bunker. Thank you for finding us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, friend, because he says we'll do, or they say we'll do. Just found y'all. So,
Awesome.
thank you for joining, friend. Nikki, where can we find Restore Belief?
YouTube, Restore Belief with Nikki on YouTube. It's also, excuse me, on Rumble and soon to be on Rumble and I've got an account. We're in the process of moving things over from YouTube. I'll still be on YouTube, but that's just how things are right now. And soon to be on Spotify, amongst others. So it's going to take some time, folks, so bear with us. But those will be the 2 or 3 main YouTube. Oh, I didn't say the other one. YouTube, Rumble. No, I did. Spotify, Facebook. We got the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Nikki NIKKI.Jacobs JACOBS.376. That's where you can find me. Or email restorebelief2022@gmail.com.
Noise.
Friend, rock on. Robert, any word on?
Not yet, no. Not on the. Anytime that she does get on, it's usually sporadic and within about half an hour of time, so I don't get told when they actually are going to do it until at least about 30 minutes till they're on. So I usually just post it up as I'm on.
Okay, and where can we find it though?
Things at work. So I keep on telling them about this slot as well. So just in case you think it's all one-sided, it's not. I just keep telling about us, S4 Bunker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
no worries, man.
By the time that they are able to see anything on it, they're probably in bed because it's like most people I know are on the East Coast, Mid Coast, Hill, whatever the hell it is, Mountain Pacific time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So they're usually in bed. Like I just left a Minecraft game before getting on here. So and they were getting to bed because one was 2 o'clock, one was 1 o'clock.
Okay. Right. So, and with us, you can find us on Facebook at the S4 Paranormal Bunker. You can find us here on YouTube, and you can find us now on Spotify. So just search up the S4 Paranormal Bunker. So, yes, we'll see you all next week when we answer those questions, and that'll actually lead to a whole freaking conversation. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was already like, ooh, but have you heard of Graham Hancock and the ancient apocalypse theory? Like, okay, so for sure.
With that, one last thing. To the family and friends of Nick Pope, our thoughts are with
Oh,
you.
yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Still don't know
Our
who he is,
condolences.
Our
condolences.
He's
I know he was UK, but I have no idea what he did.
Did quite a lot of the Ancient Aliens show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As well as other documentaries. So.
Yes.
It was UK government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, thank you for joining us, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every week. Friend, good night, everybody.
Bye.
All right. Good night.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.